All right, good evening. Thank you so much. I'm going to talk to you guys tonight about the urban forest, and I'm really going to be talking basically about the publicly managed trees within our urban forest. So in 2009, the city completed an updated tree inventory of our street trees and the park trees in our mowed areas. This was because we really didn't know what our resource was, so in order to better manage the resource and understand what we had to do planning, we did a comprehensive tree inventory. So the tree inventory identified the species, the size, the location, condition, and maintenance needs associated with the trees. And so we keep the inventory updated and we do work orders associated with them. So currently we have about 43,000 street trees, a little under 7,000 park trees, and then we have potential tree planting locations at about 7,300. And as I mentioned, we identified some maintenance needs that each of the sites that was identified in the inventory had a maintenance need associated with it. So we have about 1,700 trees that still need to be removed, 3,400 that require priority pruning. So this is just pruning for trees that have some hazardous limbs in it that need to be pruned immediately. The remaining trees are really routine pruning, so these are ones that just need to be routine pruned for structure and health. And then we have about 1,300, almost 1,400 stumps that still need to be removed. So in 2010, we completed an urban tree canopy analysis. So this is just looking at the city from above, using aerial photography in order to identify how much tree canopy we have within the city. And so that canopy analysis found out that the citywide we had 32.9% canopy. 46% of that was in residential areas. 23.7% is in the public right-of-way, so that's the area between basically the sidewalk and the curb if the area has sidewalks. And then 22% in our recreation area. So in terms of how we compare to other communities, this is a chart showing other communities that had similar urban tree canopy analyses done and where Ann Arbor sort of ranks within them. And we're pretty much average. We have average tree canopy compared to the other communities that have had similar tree canopy analyses. In terms of diversity, and it's kind of hard to read that chart over there, but the maple, we have 37% maple within the city, so that's the genus maple, so we have a really high percentage in terms of those publicly managed trees. And we assume that we have a similarly high amount on private property as well, so when we're doing our tree planting now in terms of the city, we are really not planting any maple, so really not much. And then we also discourage that, so when we have commercial development come in for site plan, if they're proposing maple, we try to discourage them from using that and try to think about diversity. And so we also want to discourage that when on private property as well, when residents are thinking of planting a new tree. You know, we understand that people choose maples because they're comfortable and they know them, but there's a lot of diversity out there that we want you to consider as well. So if you're planning on planting any trees this spring, plant something other than a maple if you live in town. That's my takeaway message. In terms of the value, we had as part of our tree inventory an iTree Streets analysis, and it provided us quantified the value of our our publicly managed trees. And we have a net benefit of $2.8 million annually that those provide. So it's a tremendous asset within the city, and it's something that we really need to be managing for. And in the past, we haven't had a management plan for the city for our urban forest, and so in 2010 we began our plan development. And the purpose of the development of the plan is just, this is a tremendous asset within the community, and we have asset management plans for all of our other assets, and so this was really necessary, really needed to focus on this asset. So we have been doing a lot of public engagement, and we've been doing a lot of having a lot of meetings related to this plan, and we really want to help maintain a sustainable urban forest and maximize the benefits, and that's the purpose of developing this plan. So for more information on the plan, you can go to a2gov.org/urban forestry. You can find a lot of information on the plan development. You can also find a lot of information just about Ann Arbor's urban forest, we do have a map-based tree inventory that you can look at. So if you're interested in the trees in front of your house, you can actually go to the map and click on it, and you can find out information about the trees in front of your house and in your neighborhood. And if you're interested in finding out more information, you can also sign up for those email notifications, as Matt mentioned, so that Gov Delivery, you can sign up for email notifications on urban forestry. So if you're interested in participating in the plan, we're going to be doing some public meetings in the future, so if you're interested in being more involved in the plan development, you can also get notified through our email notification system, as well as just going to the website and finding out more information. So that's all I have.
Thank you.